Okay, Sergio. I'm going to read your writing. I'm going to give you some feedback on how to make it better. It says, "Do you ever get tired of moving from state to state and moving houses?" Okay, that's a pretty good way to start it because it's a question and it piques your interest. You need a question mark there. It says, "If you do, then you can read my story of moving to different places." This is where your second person. You asked a question. That's where your second person needs to stop, which is the you. Okay, you is your second person. After this question right here, which should have a question mark, you don't want to speak in second person anymore. Okay, so this is, you could say something like, "This is what happened to me as I moved from state to state, or as I moved countries and moved places, or whatever." Okay, so you want to change this into your personal narrative, which is the first person. Okay, get rid of the incident. Okay, we don't need to label it. You just have to have it in black. It says, "My incident is that I lived in California, but when I went to Mexico, but then I went to Mexico because my grandma got sick. My mom was crying a bit. When we were about to go to Mexico, I told her, 'What's wrong?' Or I asked her, right? I asked my mom, 'What's wrong?' New paragraph, new speaker. Okay, right here. And then new paragraph, once again, new speaker. 'Nothing,' she answered. Okay. Also, your punctuation, the period, right here, needs to go on the inside of your quote. Okay. And this, of course, is a sentence, so it needs to be capitalized. Nothing. Okay. So this dialogue right here, I like the attempt of punctuating it, but it needs each speaker needs to be in a separate paragraph, and you need to have your punctuation on the inside of your quotes. Okay. So I kept it that way. So I just kept it that way. Kept what way? Okay, but we moved next to my grandma. We lived there for 3 years. Then we moved to Las Vegas. I was sad when I was moving. Okay, I was sad when I was moving is your response. It's what you're thinking and how you're feeling. Okay. Um, uh, when I was moving because I was not going to see my family members. But when I got to school there, I didn't want to because I didn't know any English. Okay, you can expand your response here. When I got back to the states, I didn't want to go to school because I was scared. Make sure you put your emotion in. I didn't know any English, and I would have felt out of place, or I felt out of place. Okay, and then of course your dialogue, new paragraph. Um, it'll be okay, my mom said. And put my mom said afterwards, okay? Don't put my mom said it will be okay. Okay? Put it afterwards. And once again, the period here goes inside the quotes. All right? Response. It says, "I learned how to talk in English. I also made new friends." This is actually not a response. This is part of your reflection, okay? This is the influence or the way it changed you. Okay, you learned how to speak in English. Okay, you made new friends. That's a change. I also found out that I have more cousins that live in Vegas as I do. They also don't live far from my house, all because of my family members from Mexico come to my house and visit. This right here really doesn't have anything to do with your paper, except you could say another reason I'm happy you could to live in Las Vegas is because I have family members here. So you're going to have to tie why this is important back to you, and that would probably be an emotion or how it makes you feel to have family close to you. Okay, so you want to change that and tie it into yourself. That's actually part of your reflection. Um, how it changed you is your reflection. How you feel is your response. How you think and feel. So make sure you distinguish between the two, um, because you don't. You're marking them up differently. Then the reflection. I was 7 years old. I hadn't been living in Las Vegas. I learned how to talk in English. I also met some other family members. But now, since I learned how to talk in English, I'm trying to help my mother. Okay, this is actually not a bad reflection, but again, you're repeating what you said up here, and I want you to combine them. And I want you to talk about your family members and how you're happy about them living close to you. I want that to be reflection, and I want you to expand your reflection, okay? Remember, anything you think and feel, you want to expand your reflection out. You can talk about how difficult it was to leave, how excited you were to go visit your grandmother. Did she get better? You said she was sick. Did she get better? Is she still alive? That type of thing. So talk about that. If she passed away, how did you feel? Um, that's how you're thinking and feeling, and that's what I want to know. Okay. Um, Okay, and you can go into more detail about what it was like to leave Mexico again and come back to the United States. More about what you were thinking and how you were feeling at the time. Okay, so not too bad of a start. Just take those suggestions and rewrite, and get rid of the tag words: response, reflection, incident. Okay, I don't need them tagged out. I just need you to make sure they're included. All right, good job and good luck on your rewrite.